uh, start to create your strategy. You can mention the name of your strategy. You can add tags to your strategy if you want. You can write a description. Today we are creating a pair strategy. So before creating a strategy, I'll just make you go through the flow, like how it executes, how a strategy is executed. So every strategy can have one or more sets. So this is set number one. Like that, we can add multiple sets from this button here. If you click on it, it will add another set. So like that, you can have as many sets you want in your strategy. Each set has its own entry, repair, and exit condition. So if there is only one set, there will be a universal exit only. And if there are more than one set, then there will be a universal exit or universal block, which will allow you to have universal repair or universal exit conditions. So discuss about each and every condition. So entry condition, as name suggests, when entry condition is true, some trades will be taken. What trades will be taken is defined in the position section. So from in positions, you can add one or more leg. You can decide whether you want to buy or sell. You can select the exchange. You can select the instrument. Let's say if I want to buy Nifty future, you can select uh, select the expiry explicitly, or if you want, you can select current month, current week, or there is an option to select next week expiry or next month expiry using FX button. You just have to click on FX, select this current week expiry keyword, select the underlying name, and the offset. Like if you want to select next to current week expiry, then one. If you want to select next to next expiry, you can just select two, like that. So let's say if I want to buy next week expiry instrument, then I have to select it that way. Then you can select quantity as number of shares, or let's say if you want to purchase 20 lakh worth of futures, you can decide that. Or we have lot sizes saved for each and every future instrument. So if you specify two lots, system will automatically calculate the number of shares required to buy two lots, and it will place an order for that. So like this, you can add one, maybe more than one. Like want to buy Nifty and let's say sell Bank Nifty. So now I have added two legs in my position. So whenever this condition is true, it will take both these positions. Okay. So now I'll move to how you can create the strategy logic, how you can build it. So this is a condition builder. You just have to click on add button next to entry condition. Here you can define your trading rule. Each line can be one trading rule. You can have multiple such rules. You can AND them, OR them. You can apply logical operations. You can have multiple groups of such individual rules clubbed together. You're ORing these two rules and with the AND of all the four rules. So you can go to n level of complexity based on your strategy logic, how you want to build it. Then to define rules in any set, you have to use the keywords. So this is the list of keywords that Tradetron offers. So there are around 170 odd keywords, which are related. Some are related to technical indicators, date time, option Greeks. Then for every strategy, there are some strategy info keywords like PNL of strategy, and what was the last entry price of any instrument, repair price of an instrument, like that. So let's start with we'll create a strategy, a simple pair trading strategy on HDFC and HDFC Bank. So it's a very popular pair. So how you can um define a standard deviation of the ratio, and based on that you can take a position. So I'll start with position keyword. Here you can select standard deviation as another keyword in it. I want to take standard deviation of ratio of two stocks. In ratio, you can select you want ratio of what series. It will be close of HDFC Bank and HDFC. So here I'm selecting NSE, HDFC. My next instrument will be NSE, HDFC Bank. So like this, you can go n level deep in terms of functions as well. You can select one keyword, you can apply another function on top of it, like that. So here it is taking a ratio of close series of HDFC and HDFC Bank, calculating its ratio, and on that ratio, we are taking standard deviation of it. You can decide the parameter of standard deviation as 30, 25, whatever number you want. So for now, I'll keep it as 20 days, uh, 20 days standard deviation of ratio. Now, once I have the standard deviation, I check if this value is greater than a number, let's say 3. If it is 3 standard deviation away, then I want to sell HDFC. HDFC future current month. Maybe I'll select value with 20 lakh rupees, and I want to buy HDFC Bank, same value. So it will automatically find what is the closest lot size that you want to buy to match worth rupees 20 lakh uh, futures. So now, like this, you have defined the entry condition. Similarly, your exit condition will be when this value goes below 3. So that is where you want to book the profits. So like that. Now with the same condition, I have defined that if the ratio standard deviation of ratio is going below 3, I want to exit this position. With that, I can have another condition where I can use some strategy info keywords like PNL. If profit of this thread goes above number, let's say 35,000, I want to exit this. Or if my PNL, so from this button, you can just copy a block, and using paste, you can just paste the block in the new rule. So it saves time to create the strategy like that. If PNL is less than minus 20,000, then again, I want to exit this position. So as soon as profit or stop loss hits or this exit condition satisfies, it will exit all the positions. In this case, we have defined 2, so it will exit both the positions in one go. At the time of entry also, it will take both legs simultaneously. So, so this is how you can create a pair strategy. So you can have one more set with opposite reverse condition where you want to, let's say, it will be number will be -3. You will like to sell HDFC Bank there and buy HDFC. So it will be another set with a similar condition, and you can use it, and you have built a pair trading model on HDFC and HDFC Bank. Now I'll go to the advanced setting part. So once a signal is generated, this from here you can define how you want your trades to be taken. So we have a price bidding mechanism where you can decide at which price your trading should start. So let's say if a buy and sell conditions are true and the if it is firing an order, you can select whether to place order at LTP, best price, average of bid ask, or market price. So if you select, let's say, LTP, then you can decide for how long the order should wait. And if it is not getting executed in next 5 seconds, then increase the bid by 2 ticks. After 5 seconds, again increase it by 2 ticks. So you can make 5 such attempts. So even after 5 attempts of 5 seconds with 2 tick increment every time, if your order is not getting filled, then you can decide to trade it at market price or cancel that order or just ignore it and check for condition next time. And if you are trading in huge quantities, then you can use tranching. You can tranche this position at 20%. You can decide time between two consecutive tranches. So let's say if I want to execute 25% quantity every time with 30-second difference between two tranches, you can do it from here. At strategy level, let's say if you want to put a trailing stop loss, then you can do that as well. So if I say if my profit goes about 20,000, then after that, every 1 rupee increase in profit, increase my trailing stop loss by 1 rupee. So if profit reaches 30,000, then my trailing stop loss will stand at 10,000 rupees. So after 20,000, with every rupee increase in profit, it is increasing by 1 rupee from zero. So let's say the strategy has entered and exited, and if you want it to check condition again next day, so you can select to reactivate your strategy after 1 day. If it is a high frequency strategy, you're exiting and you want to re-enter again immediately, then you can select to reactivate your strategy in 2 minutes, like that. But as this a day strategy, I'll select 12 hours. Then if you're going for a higher plan, let's say portfolio manager's plan or institutional plan, so there you have an option to check your condition on a continuous basis, or in retail plan or free plan, your conditions will be checked every 1 minute. You can decide from uh, these fields whether you want to at first few minutes after exchange opens and before few minutes exchange closes, you can decide at what time you don't want your strategy to take any trades or check any conditions. You can decide it from here. So let's say if I don't want to take any trade till 9:25, then you can select this. And if I don't want to take any trade after 3:25, then you can choose this as 5. Also, let's say if I have this strategy backtested only on end of the day prices, and I don't want it to take trade anytime this condition is true. I want to take this trade only when time is greater than 3 p.m. So time keyword basically returns current time as in HHMM format, with hours and minutes. So here I'll define I want to take trade no matter when the condition is true. This condition should be true after 3 p.m. and current time should be greater than 3 p.m. Then only this strategy will enter the position. So I'll name this strategy as the strategy. So standard deviation. Now in marketplace setting, if you are in a PM plan, in portfolio manager's plan, you can decide to make your strategy public. You can keep a fixed fee or a variable fee on profits. You can decide the frequency of variable fee. You can hide positions from non-subscribers. You can allow others to duplicate the strategy. So I'm allowing the strategy to be duplicated, and I'm making it public. From here, if I select yes, then this strategy will not be visible on marketplace, but it is a public strategy where others can follow it and trade using this. They can deploy it. From here, I have an option to confirm each subscriber manually. So whenever someone subscribes to my strategy, I get an email request to approve that user to follow the strategy. So I'm creating this strategy. It will be a public strategy, and you can duplicate it to test your own ideas or modify the condition parameters as per your need. So I'll just share the link of this strategy on chat so you can duplicate it. So now I will discuss a few typical keywords which will be helpful to manage your positions. Or Mr. Bhavik, after the session, I'll answer your questions. Please post your questions on the chat in the meanwhile. So we'll go through it. So some typical keywords that we'll discuss today, which can help you to manage your positions. So one is position details. So this keyword basically allows you, based on the condition, which all positions were taken by this strategy. So let's say if I select entry, so in entry, what all positions were taken. If you want to filter based on buy or sell, you can do that from here. So all buy positions I want to see. If it's call or put or option, then you can select that as well, or else you can keep it as it is. Let's say if you want to know what was the total buy value when entry condition was true, or what was the total sell value when entry condition was true, you can select value. Or let's say if you want to inquire about the quantity, what was the quantity traded. If underlying is not selected, then it will give you cumulative quantity for the complete strategy. And if you select an instrument, let's say if I select HDFC, so for particularly HDFC, it's a sell side and entry. So uh, when HDFC was entered as a short signal, what was the total quantity at that time? So you can use this in your exit condition or in your repair condition based on any logic. If this quantity is equal to zero, maybe then you don't want to take any trade, any action. Or if it is greater than zero, then only you want to take any action. So this keyword typically helps you to manage your positions or take a decision based on how your positions are taken by the strategy as as of the time when the conditions are being checked. So this is one. Similarly, open position is one more keyword which gives you, if you don't select anything in it, it gives you the total number of positions taken by the strategy. If you are working with a list of 50 stocks and you don't want your strategy to take more than 5 positions, so you can mention that open position of the strategy should be less than number 5. After fifth position entered, it will check conditions, but it won't take any new trade because you have restricted your strategy to take maximum 5 positions. Then daytime related keywords. Let's say if you want to take a trade only a few days before expiry, then days difference is a keyword. It basically gives you a difference in integer as d2 minus d1, date 2 minus date 1. So if I select current month expiry here and today here, so today's date minus current month expiry for Nifty. So if this value is less than or equal to number 4, so this will allow me to enter the positions only if I am in last week of the current month expiry, last in the last week of expiry basically. So like that you can manage the time of your strategy as well, like when you want to enter or exit a particular strategy. You can use these keywords. Also, there are some other keywords like entry price. So entry price basically gives you the price at which entry condition was satisfied and entry was taken, actual traded price of of the leg is here. So based on this, you can decide the PNL of your strategy. You can write a condition for that as well. So let's say if I write, let's say LTP of HDFC Bank is greater than entry price plus number 100. So at 100 point increase from here, I want to exit. So you can use this in your exit condition. So entry price, repair price, all these keyword gives you strategy level info, like at what price your strategy has taken the positions, and it's up to you how you want to use it, using any Bottom-Mass rule or any mathematical expression, how you want to use these numbers to generate the trade signals, be it entry signals or exit signals, like that. So I'll stop here on the strategy creation part. We'll discuss some of your questions. If you have attempted to create any strategies, then uh, okay. So Mr. Bhavik is asking, can he send some screenshot here? I'm not sure if chat will allow you to send a screenshot. But if you can explain your questions in words, then also from from this link, you can see a list of all keywords. You can see how you can use the condition builder and list of all the keywords with their input parameters and description what each keyword returns. So this will help you to understand like how you can use any keyword as per your requirement. So and most of the keyword names are related to trading terminology, so won't be that difficult. So it has all stat related keywords, strategy info related keywords are here. Strike formulas, when you're taking the legs in quantity in the strike, you can select FX and using this find strike keyword to select any any option based on the LTP or Greek. Like if you want to buy a 30 delta call option, or you want to buy a 30 delta put option, you can do all that from uh, using this find strike keyword. Then there are all these technical indicators. Can I combine? So Mr. Bhavik is asking, can he combine volume, open interest in SAR VWAP? So yeah, parabolic SAR we have. Open interest we don't have exactly open interest series as series. Open interest will be available at that particular price point. So if you have any condition based on open interest at particular time point, then you can use that condition. Yeah, but yes, of course, you can combine multiple indicators in one strategy and you can do it. Yeah, you can do a Bank Nifty scalping strategy as well on Tradetron. Any other questions or anything that you have attempted to do or you found that difficult, or you want to know something more about any particular keyword? You can write to us at support@tradetron.tech. So if you're trying to build a strategy and if you get stuck somewhere, you can just post a screenshot on this. So we can help you if you're going wrong somewhere or if you have selected some wrong parameters or like that. So what numbers as in Mr. Digvijay? So I'll just show you how you can select OTM options. In positions, if you select call, let's say, of Nifty, in strike you have to go to FX, which is formula builder. In FX you have to select ATM as keyword. In ATM, if you select Nifty, if you want to go out of the money in calls, then you can select one. So Nifty step size is 50, consecutive strike difference is 50 points. So one will move you away 50 points from ATM strike, two for 100 points, three for 150 points, like that. If you want to go in the money, then you have to select -1 and -2. If you want to go out of the money in put side, then you will have to select -2 if you want to go 100 points out of the money. Yeah, so for put out of the money put, it will be -1. Sure, Bhavik will go through it and reply you on that. Uh, okay. Thank you guys for joining. I hope this session was helpful. And if you have any further questions, then please do write us on support@tradetron.tech. Okay. Thank you.